MCP is the next logical step.
Hi there and welcome to From Ideas to Results. I'm joined by Chris from our data and performance team, and we're going to be exploring all the things happening in the world of data. The main topic of today's conversation is we want to explore is MCPs, which is another three-letter acronym to add to the growing list. What actually is an MCP and what does it mean?
Yeah, so it's very much like what we would have once called an API, is essentially giving access to a whole bunch of information, normally structured information. You might use that, for example, to go into Google Analytics and get your performance data. But you could also look at things like how are the admin settings set up. So you can use it to access information. Most businesses and particularly data providers are now making things available via MCP. They're essentially built for AI to be able to interact with systems in a very similar way that an API would have been.
And it's model context protocol.
Yes.
What are the opportunities and implications of this?
I mean, the opportunity is also the key feature. It opens the opportunity for you to use LLMs and agents to be able to just talk to your data. You can connect up an MCP, which is normally quite easy. A lot of them are just providing the API keys, the tokens that you can go into something like Claude or ChatGPT and just say, here's the tokens. Now I want you to be able to interact with that. And sometimes you have to say a phrase word like, can you go and speak to Optimizer and get me the performance for X accounts? And it will go off and it will create a little table that will say, here's the performance for these accounts. You can ask it questions like, what are the next 5 big things that I could do on these accounts to drive impact? And it's really quite impressive. In so many ways is going to revolutionize the way that people can access things, because APIs are technical. You have to be quite experienced in setting them up, understand how all of the elements work. There's huge documentation to understand it. Because these are designed to work with agents, actually you just need to know how to ask the right questions, put the right prompts in, frame it correctly, which is amazing. The other side of that is also businesses can start creating MCPs of their own information to increase visibility. Imagine a future where you can go to Alexa and say, Alexa, I need dinner. I've got a budget of £20 and there's 2 of us. Can you give me the options? And then the next thing you say is, can you order that for me?
You sort of alluded to this is like there's a few Optimizer as an example from a data perspective that they've already kind of enabled that. This is just a start, isn't it? Everyone, your anticipation is this becomes the standard and everybody has this.
Yeah, I can't think of many systems that we use that don't either have an MCP already or in the process of building one.
What do people need to do? Like, is it possible for them to build them themselves?
Building an MCP is very similar to APIs. Essentially, you're building structured documents and ways of engaging with those documents. So it's complex. You have to think it through, you have to do it properly, put the right instructions available so that when the LLMs do say, oh, there's an MCP, it can go and find out. It's like a knowledge file when you're creating like a custom GPT or something like that. It's here's all the information that's available, here's how you can access that information, probably provide a few things like here's some questions that you could ask so that you could get X, Y answers, and then the LLMs will figure it out on their own. If you are a provider of a service that is the sort of thing that people might ask AI, pretty much they're asking AI everything. If you sell a product, making that product visible in as many ways as you possibly can. You know, you've probably got feeds, you've probably got a website that explains it. MCP is the next logical step.
Exciting stuff. Lots more to come in that space as well. So if you enjoyed today's content, do check out our website and our socials. There's lots more there, and no doubt we'll be circling back to the latest 3-letter acronym in the world of digital marketing, MCPs. Thanks very much.